We are carrying out a vast, frightening experiment of changing every ecological condition all at once, at a pace that far outstrips nature's ability to cope. Harmony with nature must be maintained. The earth does not belong to us. We belong to the earth.
All right, Shalom. This is Harold 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is a quick lesson dealing with this current events. All right, this recent climate, they had a recent climate change meeting at the UN. Let me get this real quick. All right, you had, the other day you had December 1st, there was a climate summit called COP28, COP28. Global warming talks begin amid deep tensions. World leaders spoke in Dubai against a backdrop of rising temperatures and two major wars. All right. So I want to do a lesson on that in a little bit, Yahweh Ratazah, but that's going to take longer, take a little longer, because I want to bring out some information dealing with their climate change, philosophy. All right, so they all met up, and now one of the speakers that I want to focus on today is this guy right here. All right, King Philip, who they call King Philip III. All right, so basically, this is a meeting of the world powers, basically talking about their agenda and their next steps, really in their new world order that they're trying to bring about. All right, and the global reset that we're in the midst of right now as we speak. They're bringing about a global reset, global revolution, new world order. So it says, King Charles speaks of a stark choice. How dangerous are we actually prepared to make our world? All right, so they believe that they control the world. Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. All right, and at that time, the wicked that it was prophesying about was talking about the Greeks and the Romans, which we know to be Edomites. All right, with the rulership of King Philip, the rulership of King Alexander the Creep, the Diadochi, Antiochus Epiphanes, all the way up until the Roman Empire. All right, and then all the way up until today with the new King Philip, who is also a Greek. This guy's a Greek, man, and there's a big controversy over the tie that he was wearing right here, because there's a beef going on with I forget the country, but I know it's India. Is it India? No, it's Greece and another country that's going at it against each other. And Philip, this guy Philip here, who they call King Philip, of course, right? That's, who they call King Philip. He was wearing Greek fashion, and they believe it was in support of Greece, because this guy King Philip was born on a Greek island, and he's a descendant of the Greeks through his dad, King Philip II. So that's important to note, dealing with the paganistic practices and mindset and philosophy of these Edomites. All right, so that's the foundation. It's always about the foundation of any tree or of any mountain or of any house, of what is to be determined as, you know. Now, everything they're building is based upon the foundation. Their foundation is wickedness and iniquity. But it says at the COP 28 Climate Summit in Dubai, King Charles III asked the audience how dangerous it's prepared to make our world. King Charles III challenged a gathering of world leaders to take genuine transformational action to slow the spiral of greenhouse gas emissions, declaring that the hope of the world rests upon the decisions you must take. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the United Nations Climate Summit in Dubai, Charles listed a cascade of climate-related natural disasters that had afflicted the world in the last year. Wildfires in Canada. yeah, we know about that. Yeah, same thing that happened in Hawaii. Floods in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Cyclones in the Pacific, and a drought in East Africa. Right, let me get this. This is 2nd Ezra 14 and 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, right? Because the Lord said that the days are evil, man. This is a time of weather atrocities. Esau, a man messing with the weather, the prince of the power of the air, controlling the weather patterns, manipulating it through technology, allegedly reflecting the sunlight back at itself, causing all kind of coronal mass ejections, CMEs to happen on the sun, which ultimately, and solar flares, which ultimately affect solar weather, space weather, which space weather affects the Earth's weather, causing catastrophe. All right. It says, verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, right? And the evils is talking about what who's going to be ruling the world and the things they're going to be pushing. Back then they weren't messing with the weather. Now look at them. Look at the industrial revolutions this world, the earth had to endure with Esau's rulership. The first industrial revolution, the second with them mining electricity and harnessing electricity, 1700s. And then in the 1800s and 1900s, you had the second industrial revolution with railroads and oil and fuel, petroleum, right? Carbon. So factories, and through the factories, warehouses, they set up the employment. And then they set up the schools to prepare the employees to become become slaves at these warehouses and these jobs and corporations. So now that they've created this whole system, they want to change the backdrop and bring in different levels of fuel instead of plankton or fossil fuels. They want to go into renewable energy, which would be like air, water, things like that. The prince of the power of the air, man. So 2nd Ezra 14, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. All right, so the world is getting weaker because of the people that's ruling it, man. They don't even obey the land Sabbath. They talk about caring about the world, but they're doing nuclear tests out in the ocean, dumping radiation into the sea. You know what I mean? Murdering and slaughtering people upon the earth, starting wars all over the world. But they care about the earth. No, it's an agenda. All right? For the time is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. What's that? Leasing means lying. Falsehood is hard at hand. For now hasteth the vision to come, which thou hast seen, right? And we're living in that time. All right, so this is a quote. I was gonna play it in the beginning of the video, but I don't want to get what they call that shit, a copyright strike. All right, so I'm gonna just read his quote from this devil who they call King Philip. Really should be called the Lord of Flies and shit. We are taking the natural world outside balanced norms and limits, all right, and into dangerous uncharted territory. He said, see how Esau be speaking in code and shit? That day is almost done. That day is almost done. All their speeches be shrouded in mystery and shit. They doing a damn school speech and shit. Everybody up there applauding, listening to the rich man speak. Everything he say, they think that gain is godliness. They think they're gods. You know, but it's all vanity. Acting like they care about the earth. All of a sudden, he got a damn epiphany. Oh, look, yeah, this world is being taken outside of its norms. It's been outside of the norms. They've been destroying the damn trees, making money. You know, they've been destroying all the trees on the earth to build lands and cities, and factories and corporations. But that day is almost done. You know, Esau speaking of his own destructive mentality. Y'all, they have taken the earth outside of its natural balanced norms, man. The Most High had everything in balance, everything perfect. But man, let's get that. This is Genesis 6 and 5. And Yahweh Elohim saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. All right. So the wickedness of man is great in the earth, even to this day. And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. All right. So it's only evil continually. So all their thoughts, if it's not of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, all their thoughts are evil continually. And they brought nothing but evil upon this earth. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 54. It backs up that same scripture. Behold, the Lord knoweth all the works of men, their imaginations, their thoughts, and their hearts, man. Right? Because he knows that all of their thoughts, all their imaginations are what? Evil. All right, so it says, this is his quote, we are taking the world. It says, how our choice now is a starker and darker one. What? Look at that, man. Look at this devil. That's your boy, King Philip, right? It says, we are taking the world, the natural world, outside balanced norms and limits and into dangerous, uncharted territory. And he said, our choice now is a starker and darker one. The word stark. Define stark. It says severe or bare in appearance or outlet, meaning complete or sheer. All right, so now, okay, so they're going into a darker mindset and vision. How dangerous are we actually prepared to make our world? Man, see, when the rich man speak, they all listen and applaud. All right, Let's check this out. Ecclesiastes, Sirach 13 and 22. When a rich man is fallen, so I can start from 23 for the point. When a rich man speaketh, and King Philip, they put in the center of the damn picture of the summit. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. You know, none of them falling asleep. They wide awake in that damn boring ass meeting. And look what he saith. See, they hold their tongue and they look what he's saying. They extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this, right? They only doing that because they got money and power, man. You know, they human just like us, man. But if we was in a room with them, they would try to make you bow down to these damn people because they got money and power. But they're not gods. They're not to be bowed down to. They're not gods like Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai and the holy angels and even us. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. All right. This is Psalms 10 and 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, the greedy, whom Yahweh abhorreth, man. The wicked through the pride of his countenance, see, the pride of their riches, their paganism, their dark-minded shit. The scriptures say that the light of the wicked is darkness. How great is that darkness? So he said we're moving into a dark time, a dark plan, a dark vision. All right. He will not seek after God. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. So all his thoughts, Yahweh is light. So all his thoughts. So if Yahweh is not in their thoughts, that means their thoughts are darkness. So everything they're visioning, imagining, their plan is all based upon darkness, as King Philip just said. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. See that? His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So everything they doing is wicked, man. Even them having that damn meeting. All right. So the Lord's judgments are far above out of these pagans and these Greeks, these Edomites, out of their sight, man. They're moving in darkness. Their dwelling is the dust. This is Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? To get up there and say their little poetic speech. Try to say it all eloquently. But really, it says what? But war is in his heart. His words are softer than oil. Yet were they drawn swords, man. You know? So this is war on who? These are drawn swords when he's speaking. He's saying, yeah, we come from the earth. No, we belong to the earth, not the earth belong to us. Which is kind of true, you know, but we belong to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But our bodies come from the earth. But Esau believes in science. So in science, you can see how they're thinking, that we belong to the earth. And they don't believe in a soul or a spirit. All right? So they want to put the earth over us. They want to depopulate the earth and keep their corporations going. You know? This is what the Lord told us, 1 Timothy 6 and 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, right? We become trustees with the Lord's word, with the Lord's truth. Avoiding profane and vain babbling. See, we avoid this climate change talk. Those are vain babblings. And oppositions of science, falsely so called, man, right? Because another word for science is knowledge. It's worldly knowledge, but it's not true knowledge. It's not the truth, so it's falsely called knowledge or science. All right, that science goes into paganism, you know? So that's what they're doing right now, trusting science. But the Lord said we're not supposed to be trusting in that. We're not supposed to trust in their philosophy of depopulation, of digital control and submission, you know, of their pagan religions, even as far as Christianity. Their new world order. Whatever they come up with is all vanity. It said climate change, Proverbs 24 and 21. My son, fear thou Yahweh and the king. All right, our king is Yahushai, and whom Yahushai sets over us from Yahweh. Our king would be King David, not King, the Lord of Flies and shit, Philip. And meddle not with them that are given to change, man. So we're not supposed to meddle with these people that call themselves Democrats, Republicans, like it's a damn religion, Christians, all these different religions, people that's into these philosophies like climate change. You know, we're not supposed to deal with all that. Woe unto them, and meddle not with them that are given to change, man. That is in this mindset of climate change. Why? Because it's part of their agenda, going back to 1991. I'm gonna do a lesson on that, Yahweh Ratazah, in a little bit, to show some proof of some things that I found. All right. Matter of fact, I'll just show you right now. Why hold the suspense? This right here is a book that I'm reading today, and it's called The First Global Revolution, a report of the Council of the Club of Rome. A report of the Council of the Club of Rome. The dragon. All right, Esau, man. This was their plan from the beginning. And this book goes back to 1991. That's when it was written. I think Gorbachev was the president of Russia at the time. And this was their plan that they came up with after the fall of the Soviet Union. They needed the Club of Rome came up with a plan since they were in power, and Russia was, I'll say, brought low at the time. All right. It was called the fall of the Soviet Union, 1991. And then that boosted the power of Europe, the European Union, the Club of Rome. All right. So they came up with a new form. They needed a new agenda to push towards that they can go to when the time was right, when they needed to grab control of everybody again. And guess what that was? Check this out. I don't know if I can pull it up. This is a page from that book, all right? It's a PDF too, so you can read it online. It's called The Global Revolution. This is a page from it. It says, now think about, what was his name? Ronald Reagan, when he said we need some outside force to unite us and bring us all together. Outside danger. Well, there's two forms of outside. You got outer space, which they're going to call aliens, UFOs, or try to say asteroids or whatever. Or say Russia and China attacking from outer space, you know, an outside threat. But then they also have famine, disease, right? Drought, earthquakes, weather events, which can all be tied to one narrative, and they titled it climate change, when really it's man, Esau, that's manipulating all of these aspects of life and danger. The common enemy of humanity is man. See, now they've moved into a stage to where, that's why I said in the scriptures, they're inward thoughts, or their words smoother than butter, but in their heart is drawn swords. because it's really scriptures say coming down with great wrath because they know they have but a little time. And the depopulation plan is a war on humanity. All right, saying, hey, we're gonna trust science. We're gonna control the masses of the people and turn them to a smaller group of chattel to control by depopulating the earth. Killing up. Depopulation means to kill, steal, kill, and destroy. It says the common enemy of humanity is man. That's what they call it. They said the common enemy of humanity is man himself. In searching for a new enemy to unite us, see, don't that sound like Ronald Reagan? Searching for a new enemy to unite us, meaning unite the world under a what? A new world mindset, new world religion, one world order, one world banking, one world military, one world religion, right? And that religion they want is to be called science. Listen to this shit, man. In searching for a new enemy to unite us, we came up with the idea. It's an idea. They came up with this shit. We came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, so look for that to happen soon, famine, and the like, meaning destruction or devastation, and the like, just like famine, they can shut down the stores through financial crisis. Famine and the like would fit the bill. I'm gonna read that again. In searching for a new enemy to unite us, we came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like would fit the bill. In their totality and in their interactions, these phenomena do constitute a common threat which demands the solidarity of all peoples. So this is a way for them to pull the masses of the mind and to press that fear button on everybody, which will grab everybody's attention as they have the rich man speak and push the devil's agenda. But in designating them as the enemy, we fall into the trap about which we have already warned, namely mistaking symptoms for causes. All right, so, right? That's why the Lord said this, Proverbs 24:21, my son, fear thou Yahweh and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change, man. All right, that's why the scriptures say the serpent was more cunning and subtle than any beast of the field. And what does it say about Esau? Esau is the cunning hunter, right, using trickery to hunt as they do animals. But with people, you would use a different form of it. To hunt them, you would use trickery and control. All right. For we have not, first, this is 2 Peter 1:16. For we, talking about the elect of Israel, the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we have not followed cunningly devised fables. So they're using these lies. That's why the Lord called them the devil, the deceiver. All right. Why? Because they've made these cunningly devised fables. All right, lies. When we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty, right? You don't hear that devil Philip up there talking about Yahweh Shai. You don't hear him talking about the return of the Lord and all these things, how the Lord's going to fix the earth. No, they talking about they're going to do it. Why? This is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. See, we fell away as a nation. We fell in 70 AD and were scattered into Africa and all over the world, and then later taken into slavery and ended up here today, where we're at. All right. and that man of sin be revealed. See, the end is going to come after the time of revelations actually happens. Everything that was taught and spoken to John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos, 75 AD, all the way to 95 AD. What was spoken to him on the Isle of Patmos, those things had to come to pass, and be revealed and actually come to pass and manifest. And then the end shall come. All right? And you got to be revealed, the son of perdition. It's talking about Esau, King Philip and them. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, man. Or anything that's called power. They exalt themselves over it. As Esau. So if you call yourself Moses and the Israelites, they're gonna paint him as Esau. If you claim to have claim that the Lord, we know the Lord controls the air, the wind, all these elements, Esau want to try to control it. If you say you got privacy, Esau want to control that. You got water, Esau want to control that, any resources. You see that? So any nations, they want to exalt themselves over that. Or that is worshipped, all right? So that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, they even sitting in our land, showing himself that he is God. All right, they trying to act like they're the powers. All right. Remember, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 shows you clearly that Yahweh gave them that power. The Lord giveth, and the Lord will take away. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things? Think about that, man. That's the power of our King, Yahushua. He was here on the earth, and he told us face to face all of Esau's plans. And now, really, let's say it this way. He told us all the Father's plans, Yahweh. That Yahweh was going to use Esau in these last days as the wicked to be destroyed. And to deceive the hearts of many. And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. Right, so they think that they're God, man. That's why they're doing all this. For the money, scriptures say that, man. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. So the Lord was telling us that through Paul, that the mystery of iniquity, of wickedness, was already at work from the Greek Empire, from the Roman Empire. They was already ruling, and they was already working their wickedness. Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, but through the truth, which is going to destroy all their lies, search out all their wickedness, and rebuke them before their destruction. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. See, when Yahushua shows up, his brightness and righteousness is going to destroy their darkness and their dark plans. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. See, everything they do, every move they make, every thought that they have and plan that they come up with or conjure up or meeting that they have is all in adversary to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And adversity, I'll say, Salakia, contention, which would go into the word Satan. All right, it means to be an adversary or a contender. All right, so all their plans are darkness, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness, right? Because they're controlling the weather, and they're saying that it's just global warming. No, it's them doing it. All right. And with all deceivableness, so they moving with all deceivableness, anything they can do on every aspect to deceive everybody, of unrighteousness in them that perish. So 2/3 gonna fall for it. They're gonna say global warming causing this. They're gonna say lockdowns, mandates. People gonna run down to Egypt for help. When Egypt, today America, is a pawn for the dragon. Europe or Esau. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, 2/3 in the heathens, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. As for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they shall believe a lie. Why? Because we're in the time of leasing. We're in the time of lies, man. All right, and 2/3 are falling for those lies. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. All right, see? All right, so these are secret counsels, man. Psalm 64:2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. See, these are secret counsels that they have. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So they meet up and they talk behind closed doors as well. The workers of iniquity. See, the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Well, those workers of iniquity are still here today, who wet their tongue like a sword. Yeah, blood, like a sword gets wet from blood. Today, they deal with politics, so where they can have somebody killed just by speaking it. And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, man. That's why we pray. The Lord told us to put on the full armor of the Lord, that we may withstand the fiery darts of Satan. All right, his bitter words. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. See, all his plans to depopulate the earth also depopulate the Israelites. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. See, they don't fear they don't fear. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. See, that's what the guy King Philip was getting up there today to do, to encourage his fellow constituents in their evil matters. He said the next plan is darker than before, man, and they got to destroy more of what they built and destroy the earth even more and people, really, so they can help the earth to thrive, as they say. And this metropolis or Elysium that they're trying to build. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Well, the Lord sees them. They search out iniquities, right? They search out their plans or their wickedness, everything they're going to do, and in science and in paganism, their philosophies. They accomplish a diligent search. See, they've done it. They completed their search and their plans. Both the inward thought of every one of them and their heart is deep. Like a dark well, man. It's deep like the abyss. All their hearts and their minds and their plans are dark. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. So all their plans are going to fall on them. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh. For they shall wisely consider of his doing. That's right, Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? Right, that's how through the Spirit I was able to find that global revolution plan for their new world order, or their what they call to unite a one world mindset dealing with global warming. It says, how are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All right. That's right, man, because Habakkuk 2:5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Okay, so by wine, they have become proud through their business, through their lies, through their politics, right? You know, legislations, sanctions, through the military, religion, and the banking, all the spirits of evil that leaped out of the mouth that came from Europe, that made them proud. You know, it'll enhance their pride. neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell and is as death. So there, any desires that Esau say they have and they want to expand their horizons, it's going to be hell for anybody else, man. He even used a quote he said from the indigenous people that they should respect nature. But look what he did to the indigenous people. They just got finished celebrating the death of those indigenous people called Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day. Right? And then they even take the words from those people that they killed. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires as hell and is as death, man, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. All right, because we're in that time, man, where Esau is going to make his move. And they're moving in a united front to bring to pass their agenda. And he says an even darker one. What does that mean? It's going to fall on the humanity. The destruction of humanity. While they claim to be trying to fix the earth. At the same time, they're doing nuclear tests. They're doing wars all over the world, you know. Major wars kicking off like Ukraine and Russia. Israel and Palestine, which is has now pulled in a new war with Hezbollah, you know, in Israel, Lebanon, Yemen. Then you have Iran and America. All these wars that are creeping up. China, Taiwan. What it's gonna do? Pollute the earth, man. Once again, even more. As they aim to not pollute, as they say, they're actually going to pollute it even more with going into a nuclear stage of these wars, which is going to pollute the waters and even the air. So, Revelation 6 and 8, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. See, that prideful Esau. They're the ones that's the Lord allowed to be the rider and rule in these times as death. That's what Oppenheimer said, right? He said, I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. All right, and the name of him that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. See that? An exact contrast or reflection of Habakkuk chapter 2. And power was given unto them over the 4 parts of the earth. So right there, some say it's just talking about America, but right there, really supposed to say the 4 parts of the earth, plural. So I mean, all over the whole world. So Esau is given power over the whole earth to push their agenda. And their focus, is going to be America, because why? The Constitution is in the way. The Constitution deals with freedom. And they got to do away with that freedom so they can control privacy in every aspect of humanity. And the power was given unto them over the 4 parts of the earth, to kill with the sword. See, these are all things he just named. Under the guise of climate change. To kill with sword, that's the wars that are kicking off, and with hunger, famine in different ways, different factions of it, and with death, and with the beast of the earth. So that's why this is part of their plan. It says the first global revolution. All right, 1991, it was written. The common enemy of humanity is man. In searching for a new enemy to unite us, we came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like would fit the bill. All right, so this is part of their plan. It says, more of these devil words. It says, we are taking the natural world outside balanced norms and limits and into dangerous, uncharted territory, he said. Our choice now is a starker and darker one. How dangerous are we actually prepared to make our world? All right, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, man. You can check out this article. I might put it in the description area. All right. It says the dangers are no longer distant risk. He said, surely, real action is required to stem the growing toll of its most vulnerable victims. The earth does not belong to us, Charles concluded. We belong to the earth. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity or wickedness. That's their works. That's what they're doing. And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. See, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. And that's what they're doing with it. Pushing what? Iniquity, more wickedness out upon the earth. This is 1 John 3:11. Beloved, follow not that which is evil. See, we don't follow this world and their philosophies and their agenda, but follow that which is good. He that doeth good is of Yahweh, but he that doeth evil have not seen Yahweh. All right. So now, that's right, man. Scripture say that woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. So they'll see us on the street and they'll call us evil, but then they'll see these devils out there teaching at these what they call it, summits. When they had these summits or these gatherings, they call that good. You know, the government and politics. Like just like they call the political Zionists, they call that good over there. When look at the evil they're doing. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy. So we don't trust that damn demon Philip. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, see, they try to take this innocent, soft approach, wearing business suits. Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. All right, so they still the same wicked devils, that old serpent called the devil. And he says more cunning than any beast of the field. That's right, 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, right? He's not going to get the advantage of us, man. Why? Because this is a fight. He said we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places, man. And that's that high place is talking about these royal families, these banking families, you know. They're moving in their spirit of wickedness. For we are not ignorant of his devices. Why? Because how are the things that Esau searched out? The Lord has blessed us to see through the wall and or have foresight. You know? So we see everything that Esau is trying to throw at us, just like in a boxing match. And they're not getting the advantage over us because of our power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Right, man? Job 5:12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, their imaginations, their devices, their plans. So the Lord is going to disappoint them so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. All right, so they're not going to reach that new world order like they're hoping for, to where they depopulate the earth and Jacob is gone, but Esau is able to live twofold their blessing. No, that ain't going to happen. So the Lord is going to disappoint them. He appointed their bounds that they cannot pass. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, meaning everything they building up, that machine or whatever they're doing to come against us is really going to destroy them. They're rolling that boulder up the hill, it's going to roll back on themselves. They're digging a pit that they're going to fall into. They devised a trap. Ultimately, it was a snare to themselves. And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. All right? So that's what he's pushing, that agenda, that darkness. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the Lord's going to save us from all their plans, man. You know? What it say in Revelation 6, they're going to move with the sword, famine, all these different things. And they whet their tongue as a sword, so the Lord going to what? Save us from all of that. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. The Lord going to shut them up. So we have hope. All right, I'm going to end it with this, Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I have made thee small. Verse 1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh power concerning Edom. And that's King Charles, the Greeks, Europe. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. So even today, an ambassador is sent among the heathen, as we see with that community, or what they call that shit, a summit. And you see the ambassador for the devil or Satan is Esau. All right, they're the devil and Satan, the embodiment of it, and wickedness and darkness. And he pushing that agenda on all those nations at that summit. All right. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So at the end of this thing, Esau is going to be greatly despised on the earth. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. See, they've deceived themselves. All right, what made them proud? Riches, money, power, murder, their science, paganism. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Well, check this out. Isaiah 14 and 12, this was coming. They can plan, they can build what the Lord going to throw down. Isaiah 14 and 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, son of perdition? Same thing, you talking about Esau. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations, man? So they used America to weaken all the nations, the hammer of the earth. For thou hast said in thine heart, and see what they did to the Soviet Union, 1991. They weakened Russia. So they weakened all the nations. But now the weak are saying they're strong. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into the heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, meaning they were trying to rule over God's people and bring us into slavery here in America, in the North America. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. Now they want to go out into space, ever since 1960s. I will be like the Most High. See, that was their plan. That's their agenda. They want to be God. The mystery of iniquity. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, and they're going to be placed in the pits in slavery. All right, so they're going to be brought down to the ground and into bondage and slavery. That's hell. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, man? That made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners, right? But they claim to love the earth and the animals and shit. You see that? But they making the world a wilderness, a desert, and destroying the cities thereof, which is also destroying animals. What do you think they're doing over there with the wars? Killing people and animals, and destroying the earth. But climate change, right? Nah, that's all about their agenda. The global revolution. All the kings. Okay, so let's get to the point. Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were angry. So the nations are going to be angry. All those nations we seeing gather, these summits, they're going to be angry at the Lord. Because what he said, they're going to disappoint them. It says, and thy wrath is come, right? They're going to be angry at that. And the time of the dead, talking about the wicked, that they should be judged. And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. Man, see, we're looking for that reward. To the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great. And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So they're not helping the earth, they're destroying the earth. And he just said they're moving into a darker stage of that destruction, trying to basically making the earth weaker through their plans, man. All right, so they already bled the earth of its fossil fuels and other resources, electricity and such. Now they want to bleed the earth of the air. And control the air like they do in China. You got to pay for air and shit in a bottle. Like America, you got to pay for water and electricity, which comes from the earth. All right, so with that, I'm gonna end it there, man. There's something on my spirit from this whole look, see, the UN chief calls on leaders to quit fossil fuels, not reduce, not abate, but to phase it out. All right, I may go into that a little later. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.